Disney's at it again, and this time around, they've got a master director pulling all the strings. Dumbo is set to come out in theaters in March of 2019, and countless fans are starting to bubble with excitement. Watch until the end to find out why this remake will have you crying all for the right reasons. All about Dumbo. Some Disney movies become classics overnight, and others fade into the background until they're brought back to life. Well, anyone who's seen Dumbo knows that it's not an easy movie to watch, especially since there are many sad themes surrounding its plot.
Poor little guy, without a friend in the world.
Well, it's time to go out with the old and in with the new, which is why Disney's latest remake is going to delight us in more ways than one. If anyone had told us that Dumbo would be getting a live-action remake 10 years ago, we would have told them that we'd believe it when pigs could fly. But for the first time being, it looks like elephants are the only ones who will be taking flight anytime soon. It's been 78 years since the original Dumbo movie was released, so it goes without saying that much of its story will change. The old Dumbo was a cartoon character who could speak to his best friend, Timothy the Mouse. The new Dumbo will be nothing of the sort. What to expect? Many of us don't know what to expect from the newest Dumbo film, and how could we? After all, the movie follows a talking elephant who's constantly ridiculed by those closest to him. But before you go and write this movie off, here's why you should be the first in line to buy a ticket. Unlike Disney's Beauty and the Beast live remake, Dumbo's plot has been rewritten in its entirety. This means that there will be a few similarities between the 1941 version and its 2019 counterpart. So no, you won't be watching an HD version of a film you've seen one too many times before. Instead, you'll be introduced to new characters, beautiful cinematography, and an eerie but tasteful soundtrack. Better yet, you'll get to feast your eyes on the cutest animated elephant you've ever seen in your life. The original versus the remake. Although the original Dumbo and its live-action remake might share a name, these two productions have more differences than we can count. The original movie is told from Dumbo's point of view, which is only normal considering that he's the film's protagonist. Perhaps the biggest difference between these two movies is that Dumbo will be stepping back to make way for character Holt Ferrier, who will be posing as the film's leading man. The 1941 Disney flick follows Dumbo's journey as he learns how to become his circus's main attraction. However, it looks like the remake will focus on Dumbo gaining his freedom and finding a sense of family instead.
Welcome, baby Dumbo. We're all family here.
While Timothy the Mouse is still present in the plot, he won't be taking his original spot as the movie's deuteragonist. Instead, Bolt's children will be stealing the show and showering Dumbo with lots of love. From what we've seen in the trailer, it looks like the live-action remake will showcase Dumbo's abilities from the get-go. This is a huge alteration to the original movie's plot, considering the entire film revolved around Dumbo proving to others that he was able to fly. All in all, it looks like the 2019's Dumbo is following a whole new direction, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Exciting posters. There's nothing like a good old movie poster to get us in the mood for a motion picture, and Dumbo's posters aren't one to disappoint. First off, Dumbo looks absolutely adorable, and his big blue eyes somehow manage to steer the attention away from his ears. The elephant looks nothing like his older version, and that's to be expected. Next on the list is Michael Keaton, who is set to play the bad guy. His poster shows hints of his terrifying personality, proving that he's not going down without a fight. Although Danny DeVito is set to play a bad guy as well, his poster shows no hints of malice. But oddly enough, this is fitting to his character's personality. After all, an angry circus owner isn't going to sell many tickets. On a lighter note, actor Colin Farrell's poster resembles one of a true American hero. His eyes are fixed upwards in a hopeful manner, which is why many of us are hoping that Dumbo's ending will be a happy one. And last but not least is the gorgeous Ava Green. The actress's poster appears to be putting on a show. However, her eyes are slightly dull, giving us the notion that she does not enjoy being an entertainer. Whoever said that a picture is worth 1,000 words wasn't kidding. After all, every single one of these posters seems to be saying a story of their own. It's directed by the legendary Tim Burton. Just when we thought that Dumbo couldn't sound any more promising, we find out that the legendary Tim Burton will be directing and producing the film. When it comes to directing kids' movies, Tim is one of the best in the business. Tim is known for directing movies like Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, and Alice Alice in Wonderland, so we can only expect Tim to bring his gothic cinematic style to the film. Tim's style is so unique and inviting that he's managed to create his own special genre. One look at Dumbo's teaser trailer is all you need to see to realize that it was made to follow a similar Burton-esque fashion. So if you are on the fence about Disney's new Dumbo, and the fact that Tim is directing the film should be enough to tip you over to the other side. Its cast is jam-packed with big stars. You know a movie is going to be great when a string of well-known actors join the production. A handful of award-winning celebrities are bringing their magic to the 2019 live-action remake. So why not take a look at which characters they'll be portraying? Colin Farrell as Holt Farrier. Colin Farrell is an actor who's well known for playing in movies like The Lobster, Horrible Bosses, and Fantastic Beasts, and Where to Find Them. He's been cast as Holt Farrier, a former circus star who's been hired to look after Dumbo. Holt's story begins after returning home from World War I. The war has made him an amputee, so going back to his old job is simply out of the question. Holt and his children become Dumbo's #1 pals, and before long, he becomes part of their family. Ava Green as Colette Marchant. For now, little is known about Ava Green's character Colette. However, we do know that she's a famous aerial artist who loves being in the spotlight. Colette and Dumbo eventually become co-stars in an act, but we'll have to wait and find out which side Colette is really on. Eva is well known for playing Miss Penregrine in the hit movie Miss Penregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, so we're excited to see what the acclaimed actress has in store for us now. Danny DeVito as Max Medici. Is there anyone on this earth who doesn't know who Danny DeVito is? We highly doubt it. This Oscar-winning actor is set to play circus owner Max Medici. This character is quick to make an extra buck, and he doesn't care who he hurts to earn it. Max's persona is loosely based off of the nameless ringmaster from the original Dumbo movie. And in the live-action remake, we'll see how far Max is willing to go to save his struggling circus business. For the time being, this character has been labeled as a bad guy. Michael Keaton as V.A. Vanderveer. Every movie needs an antagonist, and in this case, it's none other than the renowned actor Michael Keaton. He's set to play the conniving V.A. Vanderveer, a famous recruiter who'll stop at nothing to own the latest attraction. From what we've seen so far, it looks like Vanderveer has his sights set on poor Dumbo, and there's no way of knowing his evil tactics will prevail. A sequel vibe. Elephants are beautiful and intelligent animals who don't deserve to be bred into captivity. However, many circuses see fit to keep them around. Back in 1941, it was normal for circuses to house such gigantic mammals. However, times have changed and so have animal rights. So it's only normal for the 2019 version of Dumbo to end on a very different note than the film that came before it. The original Dumbo ends with the little elephant becoming a love circus act. But we want something different for our favorite big-eared elephant. So although this movie is labeled as a remake, many of us feel as though it's a sequel. For starters, Dumbo's journey isn't going to end when he becomes accepted by those around him. This is because he learns to fly at the beginning of the movie and not the ending. So by default, the remake begins where the original left off. This way, we get to see what happens to Dumbo after he becomes a big star. And as the trailer depicts, Dumbo's journey won't be an easy one. With the help of Holt and his 2 children, Dumbo will perhaps find freedom after escaping from Vanderveer's evil clutches. The old crew returns. There are so many reasons to be excited about Disney's latest remake, and here's one of them. It's not the cast's first time working together. Back in 1992, Tim Burton directed the movie Batman Returns, and actors Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito snatched up the leading roles. Under Tim's guidance, Michael was turned into a superhero and Danny into a villain. And now, 27 years later, all 3 stars are joining forces to bring us another classic film. However, it seems as though their roles will be reversed. Instead of playing a vigilante like Batman, Michael is taking on the role of the big bad, and he seems very happy about it. During an interview with Good Morning America, Michael opened up about how excited he was to be playing a villain. However, the actor confessed about being mostly excited to join Tim's crew once more. So there you have it, guys. History is in the making. A heart-wrenching tale with a golden message. There's a reason why Disney is remaking Dumbo, and it has nothing to do with box office revenue. Okay, well, maybe it has a little to do with that. But for the most part, Disney wants to bring back Dumbo's classic message, which is to believe in yourself despite what others think. Dumbo's story is definitely a tearjerker, which is why it's often compared to Bambi. However, there's something special about the storyline, and it has everything to do with a little black feather. In the original film, Dumbo and Timothy wake up in a tree after a night of good fun, and their confusion makes a murder of crows laugh out loud. Despite not having any memories of the night before, Dumbo is certain that he must have flown up the tree. So when a crow's feather floats down to him, he holds it out as a beacon of hope. Flash forward to the remake, and the same black feather teaches Dumbo how to fly. Despite the fact that the black feather came from a crow who was mocking him, Dumbo used it as fuel to achieve his dreams. So in a way, this black feather is very symbolic. Although the newest Dumbo film might still succeed at making us shed a tear or two, it also teaches us to turn our weaknesses into strengths.
Fly, Dumbo. Fly.
So, are you guys excited to watch this live-action remake? Let us know how you feel about it in the comments section below. And that's the end of our video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on The Things.